right, I thought before we get started I would just tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Carrie Stone and I am a speaker, a trainer. I'm a lifestyle coach, an author, and a business developer and entrepreneur. And I do what I do and I teach what I teach because I am passionate about helping people to be their best and live out their greatest in this lifetime. And that's the reason why I love the Lean Leadership Program. Because what the Lean Leadership Program does is it gets to the core of who people are. It pulls out the leader in them. It helps them also to recognize the people that they work with, and then it gives you processes to help make your work more effective. Statistic, I think you get communicated with about 13,000 times a day in different ways. 13,000 times a day. My husband would say that's true. He doesn't have to leave the house, turn on the TV, or read a newspaper, and I swear, he probably thinks he's communicated with about 100,000 times a day. Just simply because, obviously, I am a communicator. There are some people that just very naturally communicate, right? When I got married 13 years ago to St. Rod, and anybody who knows him knows he is definitely St. Rod. And when I came into that marriage, I was definitely a communicator. My mother said I came out talking. I think she was exaggerating. It had to be at least a few days into it before I started talking. There is a process to communication if you want it to be effective. And that is, the first thing is you think about it, and then you watch how, not only how you say it, but the look you have on your face, the gestures, you know. Everything that I do is part of that communication. I teach that when you know who you are, you have the ability to be who you are. And when I add that into the Lean program, when you know who you are, you have the ability to be who you are, but when you know who your team is, you have the ability to help them be who they are. I think what happens to so many of us, and I know happened to me for years before I started understanding how to communicate with different people, is that we think we only understand people like us, and we want everybody to be like us. Anybody ever been guilty of thinking, like really thinking one thing, and the person that you're talking to, you're expecting them to read your mind, and when they don't, it really irritates you? Yeah. I used to live that, and I think, you know, they should know me by now. They should get this. Why aren't they getting this? Until I learned that you need to say what you're thinking in a nice way, in the right tone, without your arms crossed, without texting while you're doing it. But there are two essential elements involved in communication, and that is precision and clarity. I love diamonds. And when you study diamonds, I think it's like the 5 C's of diamonds: cut, clarity, color, carat, and some other one. And the clarity is one of the most important of the C's. You can have a small diamond that is clear, and it will have more value than a larger diamond that is not. And that's the same in communication. If you are clear in communication, it will be valuable. And it'll be much more valuable than communication that is not clear. Now that you've studied the animals in the zoo and you've gotten to know me just a little bit, what do you think I am?
Dolphin.
Dolphin? Good guess. Anybody else?
Chameleon.
Good guess. Anybody else?
Kind of a fox.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment. You little weasel, you. How many of you feel like you're going to better understand the people that you work with now? And now the important thing is, you can take this information today and you can say, oh, this was fun and I learned something. But if you take this and set it aside, you will not get the full benefit out of it. I can guarantee something that will happen in the next few days. Guaranteed. You will end up with the opportunity in the next few days to use what you've learned here today. Not just in this class, but it's going to happen to you either at home or out even shopping. And you're going to look at something and go, wow, I just learned that. Now, when this happens and you're able to use what you've learned here today, you will think to yourself, Carrie Stone is a genius. She said this would happen. And when you do, I want you to promise me that you'll call all my friends and family members to tell them that I'm a genius, because I've been telling them that for years and they haven't listened to me.